what's up, y'all? This is Skater D.
Hey, I'm John Charles Meyer, producer of Dave Made a Maze.
Hey, what's up? This is Scott Ladotti, author of Play the Devil, and you are listening to LUCDOGG.
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 This is Andy Cruz from SiriusXM 415, and you're listening to LUCDOGG in the morning.
The #1 sports show on the planet. Yeah, boy!
Welcome back, folks! It is LUCDOGG in the morning. Everybody's sick, and we're still going to kill it on a Monday. What's up? Welcome to the show, my wonderful friends. How are you feeling on a Monday? That's right. We said it, baby. We're doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday from here on out. I got Belly Matt LaBelle in stewed. What's up, my man?
It's rubbing off on me, this case of the Mondays.
Oh, man, everybody's struggling today. Matty Potts from the Santa Monica Newsroom. Hello, sir.
Good morning. Good morning.
We need that from you.
Fabulous.
I need that from you all day. So today is basically, we're going to call this Matty Potts Day. Matty Potts Monday. Yes.
Matty Potts Monday.
I love that. In fact, we're going to probably make this a thing if it ends up being a good show, which it usually does.
Not going to be.
I love when we're always like sometimes we'll just end a taping, or not a taping, a live stream, and we'll just be like, man, today was rough. And then we go back and listen to it, and it was actually pretty damn decent, and people comment the hell out of it. Thank you. Nicely done to the listeners when I called you out last show, and we got some very nice comments and reviews, so thank you, but I need more of them. So keep them coming in on iTunes. And, of course, subscribe on YouTube to channel TTR Studios. Wow, this is hard to do when you're sick. I am not thinking straight today, boys and girls. I already threw up once. Feels good.
Gross.
It's just one of those days, man. So let's get into it. We've got Oprah Winfrey.
What are your symptoms?
Ah, man, I just got that, when you have, that heavy chest and it just feels like there's something in the back of your throat. A little tickle in the back of the throat, one of those things. Not really the throat. It's in my chest.
It wasn't the loads and loads of cheese he ate last night.
Oh, man, we don't want to talk about it. I ate a whole lot of Annie's mac and cheese last night. Felt good.
Belly's how much?
He says it felt good, but not 10 minutes after he finished eating, he walked to the bathroom and he was like, "It's not sitting well.
We're not sitting too well, Belly." Yeah, no, I love my. I get Annie's macaroni and cheese, but then I get different organic pasta because I don't like the little tiny shells that they come with. It's garbage. It's for children,
Right.
I mean, why don't you just put it in with some SpaghettiOs? Come on.
Well, at least you're doing organic. I mean, that's
yeah. It's better for my stomach.
He does that for a lot of stuff. Surprisingly, I found out last night.
Weirdly,
milk.
Yay!
I do almond milk.
He does almond milk.
That's great. Good. Yeah. You want to stay with?
Oh, talk to Belly Potts. Yell at him. He bought a whole carton of milk yesterday. Go ahead, give it to him.
Have you seen the documentaries? Do you know how much pus is in milk?
Dude, he yelled at me.
Disgusting. It is disgusting. You should not be drinking any milk. Dairy, lactose, get rid of all of it.
Well, here's an interesting discussion. If you look at what dairy is.
I had ice cream last night.
You can get dairy. They make the best dairy-free ice cream. Try the So Delicious.
We saw that at the store.
There's Almond Dream. Dude, it's dairy-free. You will not taste the difference. It is pure cane sugar, no high fructose corn syrup.
Well, what's everybody eating out there with LA? It's like, what were you guys calling them? Acai bowls?
Acai bowls, yep. Those are great.
Those are dairy-free, right?
Yeah. That's dairy-free. Mm-hmm. It's made of all fruit.
Well, let's talk about what dairy actually is. I want to get to Oprah Winfrey making a whole lot of waves at the Golden Globe Awards last night. Dave Chappelle, we watched those last night. Those were fantastic. Two very different stand-ups.
I started one. It was so far so good.
The big one or the intimate one?
I think it was the bigger one. Yeah, because the intimate one's really small, right?
I mean, it feels like you're at the comedy club, but the camera is at the front table. It's crazy. It's like he's right there. Belly, you saw it. What did you think of that? We can get into that in a second.
Get into that.
But I'd like to just, while we're talking about dairy, if you think about it for a second, moms breastfeed their kids. Dairy comes out of the breast to its main function in nature is to build a tiny little human being at a fast rate, right?
Right.
So why are we all as adults still drinking it and eating it and then wondering why we feel bloated?
Right. Well, I mean, apparently we're the only species that is drinking milk outside of the like infancy stage. So that's the main question these days.
Belly,
Now it
would
comes
you
down to
drink?
marketing.
Belly, would you drink? I'm sorry, I just totally crushed that punchline. What was the end of that?
No, it all comes down to just marketing. We've been brainwashed to think that we're supposed to be
For sure.
drinking milk and putting it in
Yep.
cereal, and there's a whole economy around it now, and that's the only reason we drink it.
Belly, would you drink breast milk?
No,
Why not?
because I actually don't like milk that much.
No, we're using you right now as the milk drinker,
I
even though you're
only
not much of a milk
like-
drinker, but
I
just
only
for the
like milk
listeners.
in my cereal.
How many of you listeners out there, I want to ask you, would you drink breast milk if I just put a little bit of it on my my wrist and said, here, just take a little lick? Would you do that? Because I bet the answer more often than not is no. So then why would we go ahead and drink it out of an animal?
Right.
You won't drink it out of a person. I guess I could say you wouldn't eat a person, but you'd eat another animal, so there's that. So, okay, fine.
Had some deer jerky the other day.
He did.
Last night.
Let's get into eggs. What the hell are we doing? Why are we eating the reproductive function of another animal? What is that about? Whose idea was that?
I still eat eggs, but you're right.
It's
You're totally right.
disgusting. That's disgusting. You can see the embryo when you crack it open. There's a little white thing on the yolk. When I found that out in high school in science class, sorry for ruining eggs for everyone, but if you didn't know that, the white little thing, that's the embryo, unborn. You then eat it. Let's scramble it, like an abortion, and then eat it. Like, what is that about? I mean, these
I'd
are
like
little
a
things that
scrambled
go.
abortion, please.
These are little
Now,
things.
here's the question to determine if you're a real nut job or not. Do you use ketchup with your scrambled abortion?
Oh, I know Papa Joe does. I've gotten to hot sauce.
I do.
Cholula, yeah.
I do.
Cholula?
I've used it. Yeah, for sure.
So-
A little salt.
Yeah, I
a little
love
pepper.
ketchup.
Oh man, there are
Organic,
so
of
many
course.
jokes with ketchup and
Cheese.
eggs. Oh man, I just don't want to gross out all the listeners. Cheese, I
So
love.
going
It's dairy.
back to your organic mac and cheese. So do you eat an entire, like, how much are you eating? A whole box? Because I mean that's not too hard to do.
No, but remember, I make my own pasta, so I get the
Oh,
spirally
right.
pasta, and then I probably eat 3/4 of a pound is what I make, and then I only ate half of it though, dude.
It was a little bit of a wide-eyed situation.
It's all good. That's what I do. I have a problem with eating past when I'm full. So what I'm working on, if you want to call it my New Year's
Right.
resolution, is just stopping when you're full. That's so hard
Well,
to do.
it's actually not stopping when you're full. It's stopping when you are no longer hungry.
That's a
There's
good
difference-
point. That's a good
That's
point.
the problem is
Yeah.
if you eat until you're full, you've already eaten too much. You just eat until you're no longer hungry, and then you stop eating. And I mean that's probably the biggest issue with American obesity, at least, is we supersize everything. So then we feel like we have to finish everything, and we're literally just eating, and we're not even hungry anymore. And that's how we are where we are.
I have a
pretty
weird
much.
problem with eating the last bite too. I will every single time leave the last bite. I cannot eat the last bite. I will not drink the last sip of a drink. I know that's weird.
I have very much the same kind of thing, and it's some sort of weird OCD
Yeah.
thing.
It feels to me, Belly. All right,
Yeah.
like backwash is always in the last, sip of a drink. So I always, as a habit, pour out the last sip.
Quit spitting in your drink.
That's true. It's probably a me problem, but it's mental. It's a mental thing.
Totally mental.
And I think with the last bite of a sandwich, it's almost the same thing. It's like,
Let me tell you, the
this
last
is-
bite of a steak doesn't have any backwash on it.
I know, but it's mental. I'm like, yeah, but this is the worst one. It's the one that I stayed away from this entire meal. I'm just gonna leave it. I don't know
You
why
eat
that
those
is.
first. It's
Crazy.
like, let me guess, you just leave the ends in on the sandwich rolls or on the loaf of bread. You leave
I
the
eat
ends.
the ends.
I love the ends, but I
See?
eat them by
I eat
myself.
the ends.
I eat them by themselves. Put a little sauce on there. Yeah, I'm Italian. What's up? A little spaghetti sauce.
But
Mm.
I mean,
Mm.
I've used them for peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I mean,
Do you leave the end of a banana or do you eat the end?
I will eat the end of a
Hate
banana, weirdly
bananas.
enough, even though it's got that little black penis sticking out of it, whatever it is at the end.
Right.
it's a seed. God.
Let's go to cryptocurrencies for a second, because what this is making me realize is you said when you're eating, you want to get out, you want to stop eating before you're full.
Right.
Ripple just crashed today.
It's not just Ripple.
Everything in the crypto
all
market is crashing. Like crashing.
Good. But great time to buy.
Everything's on sale. Exactly. I'm freaking out excited. This is great. But what I wanted to say is I was watching videos, and this is anybody investing. It doesn't have to be cryptocurrencies. It's just investing in the stocks or anything at all. What's the I know Belly knows this. Potts, you have nothing to do with cryptocurrencies. If I would ask you the number one rule of how to be successful in trading stocks, what does everybody know? What's the main rule? Buy what, sell what?
Buy low, sell high.
There you go. Everybody knows that. 90% of traders do actually the opposite of that. It is really hard to sell something when it's skyrocketing upwards.
Right.
And that's what you're supposed to do. And it reminds me of, it's really hard to stop eating when my enjoyment is on the way up. I'm having a blast. I need to get out before that level of super full. I think that's something we can all do a better job at. Like that's an American thing.
I eat a whole burrito bowl. Like
that's okay.
Oh, I could put down a whole burrito bowl easy. I had 6 crunchy tacos from Chipotle like 3 times last week, and I did not care. It was so good.
Do you think smoking weed makes it harder to stop eating? I think so.
Yeah, well, and that's, I mean, I've noticed, and that's why I stopped smoking. One of the reasons was because I was eating too late at night. I would smoke. I would only smoke, I started smoking all day, but I mean, I love smoking at night when I'm binge watching Netflix, and then I start eating, and that late night munchies was really doing me in.
All those vegan cookies.
Yeah, the Palladium or whatever the hell. What's it called?
Pavilions?
Pavilion. He's never going to remember it.
I'm so glad you're not behind bars yet. We're so glad to have you on the show. Do you still do it? Are you still eating your cookies?
He is.
Yeah, I mean, I actually haven't been. I don't think I went last week. But yeah, no, I do crave those. They're called Stingers. They're like these organic waffle honeycomb cookies. They're so addictive. I don't know why. They're so damn good.
And if you get the bubble guts and you leave them in the store, it ain't stealing anyway.
That's right.
Shout out to Skater D. He is the man. He called me the other day just to tell me how much he believes in our show. You know that from LA. Random dude I met on Instagram. All of a sudden he's in our intro. He's like our #1 fan, man. I love him.
Yeah, Skater D's the best.
Check him out. In fact, we'll probably go out. Let's do that. Can we go out to when we go out? It's about 4 minutes from now. Can we go out to Rick James? Rick James, a massage your head. Let's give Skater D a little play. That'd be good. So what happened? We're gonna get into would you not, or would you rather? I guess not. Could you not? I got this for Christmas, and I'm really excited. If you guys can see, I got a whole bunch of would you rather cards. So we're gonna do that with you guys today and just have a lot of fun.
Nice.
We're doing Monday.
Really? Someone gave you would you rather cards?
Yeah, awesome. Yeah. It's called Would Ya, a game of this or that. So clearly a copy of Would You Rather.
I think I've actually asked this before, but I don't remember what you guys said. So screw it. I'll ask again. Would you rather be with the hottest girl in the world that you don't have good sex with, or literally the ugliest girl in the world that you have the best sex with?
Okay, before you answer that, Belly, have you ever had amazing sex with not so hot of a chick?
I plead the 5th.
I'll take the ugly chick. It's lifetime,
Really?
man. It's a lifetime of horrible sex, man. Eventually, that's gonna you're gonna get tired of looking at her.
I mean, it's a good point.
That's life, son. A life.
But like when you look at this girl that you're having great sex with, I mean, she's not at all attractive. So you still have to like look at her too.
Yeah, put a porno on in the background.
All right.
There are ways
Belly.
I would rather not. I am so against getting myself pigeonholed into something that's going to be miserable for the rest of my life.
I mean, that's a good point. Like
that's my whole life motto, right? Probably why I'm not married yet.
A deal.
You'd go ahead and stick with the hot chick?
Yeah, for sure.
Let's do that. Have you ever had sex with somebody that you have?
I'll wait in the shallow zone.
Or have you ever? Have you ever been physical with somebody that you did not expect to because you weren't attracted to them at first, but then once you were physical with them, holy hell, this is awesome. You ever had that happen to you? I've had that happen to me.
Also, the reverse.
Oh, of course.
Well, the reverse definitely has happened. You know, I would imagine most good-looking people are terrible at sex.
Is that what gets you out of bed in the morning? Just knowing that good-looking people have terrible sex. I mean, I'm sure it's true.
So.
A lot of times.
Yeah, I guess I could ask you two fine gents. What is it? Is that the case? Are you guys both awful at in the bed? I really think like
I've definitely had situations where I knew the chick was not enjoying it. Sure. And
Can you take us through one, please? I need you today.
Why? Why do you?
I need him today. This is Mighty Pots Monday.
It's some people don't know what they're doing. Some people just are not sexually compatible. I mean,
That's a good point. That's a very good point.
For sure.
I mean, that's and I think a lot of people beat themselves up over it. I mean, I have before in the past, and like sometimes it's just not connecting. I mean, that's all it is. It's sometimes you just can't connect, and then it spirals out of control. But that's it is what it is. I've had amazing sex with people I never, like you were saying, never thought in a million years, and I was like, well, that was a nice
awesome
surprise.
Yeah. And now I'm super attracted to them in a weird way that I feel like I know something the whole world doesn't know. Like I know the secret.
Right. And that's the thing is, if you can please someone, it becomes more, because I love pleasing people, especially my partner. And if I know that I can please him, it's like you have a superpower. So it's like, yeah, you're going to be into it, of course.
This is actually interesting. Kim Cattrall of Sex and the City, the crazy blonde one, the character in there, of the four girls, the crazy looking, crazy acting blonde one.
I have every box set, of course, I know.
Of Sex and the City?
Yeah,
and Friends. Yep.
Comment? Care to comment?
Doesn't surprise me.
It was awkward.
I don't understand what. Well,
because you were making fun of him for having friends. You're all.
I'd rather him have
friends.
Sex in the City than Friends. At least there's nudity.
Okay.
Good point.
Full disclosure: I had one Belly Matt LaBelle who now lives with me, cracking up over the Friends on TBS the other day, dying laughing with Ross.
Yeah. At Ross. Not with Ross. It was that episode where he goes into that party trying to he brings Phoebe in to this party with his new apartment people, and they all hate him.
Oh yeah,
42B
or whatever. Yeah, that's
and he keeps on perpetuating why he's the worst. Like it's literally the episode that tells you that Ross is the worst person on the show and in the world
ever.
And it's the episode that really explains he's the worst.
So Kim Cattrall has a book out, and it is really good. I forget the name of it. Just look at it. It was like on the top selling list, and it's all about, she wrote it with her husband, and it's all about how to please your lover. But, I mean, it's got like a key of symbols in the front. Because, I mean, we're talking about literal moves, what to do down there. For any guy who is like gone through his life and doesn't have a clue how to find it on a woman, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're in your 30s now. You're in your 20s, you probably don't have a clue. But, like, wouldn't it be nice if there was a roadmap on, like, the entire opposite sex's body and what they expect and how to talk to the person? It is a phenomenal book. My ex-girlfriend gave it to me when we were dating.
That's a bad sign, right?
No. From the beginning, she was like, this is good because, honestly, yes, I guess that's a good point. Maybe I wasn't hitting all the right buttons.
You need some tips. Here's Kim Cattrall's book.
Well, let me just say afterwards, couldn't get her off me. Couldn't get her off me. Thanks, book
Kim Cattrall.
Yeah, thank you, Kim. Because I'm telling you, there are diagrams of what women expect in different ways. I'm telling you, it is really, really interesting. Things that, like, you think you're good in the bedroom, you probably have no idea what you're doing.
So you're saying it's like Kama Sutra?
It is. Wow. Wow. Give it to him. Give it to him.
I gotta be honest. I think you just talked me into getting the book. So
I missed it. What?
I think you just talked me into getting the book. So
yeah,
that's a good pitch right
Well,
there.
I would say I actually have watched a lot of Sex and the City in my time and my past relationship lives, and yeah, I would say I'm more of an Aiden trying to be a big. So, what can you do?
You guys are so hot right now.
We are hot, Felicity. Thank you so much. Let's go to break. Do we have Skater D?
We've got Skater D.
Can we do that? All right, we'll do a quick break, and when we get back, we will do Oprah Winfrey at the Golden Globe Awards. This is Skater D. Check him out, son.
Rick James upside your head. Rick James just went upside your head. Kabow! Rick's upside your head. Do the Rick's upside your head. Your fingers and do your step. Man, I'm Rick James this and I'm Rick James that. Kabow! Rick's went upside your head. Do the dance, do your dance. My name Rick James and I don't play no games. Well, crack cocaine is a terrible thing, ma. Let's take a trip down Freebase Lane. Oops, I made a wrong turn. I meant memory lane. That was way before the money and the fortune and fame. This was way before the women and the white girl came. I was a lame, no name. Oh yeah, Rick James. I was afraid to talk to women cause I had no game. But thank God for introducing Mary Jane. From the moment that we met, my life was never the same. Rick James and I don't trust no bat. Well, I'm Rick James, bitch, and I don't take no. I'ma smack that bat, cause she's running her yapper. I'm normally the Mac and not the one that's gonna slap on her. But this time for some reason I use another one. That man like me wanna go after her. I said pick one, either the front or the backhand. My you a joker, she continued to laugh then. So what Rick do? He lost his cool. Classes is I'ma slap you back to school. Like ludicrous, I'm about to act the fool. Cabal, I went upside your head. Rick James just went upside your head. Rick James up beside your head. Rick James just went upside your head. Cabal, Rick's upside your head. Do the Rick's upside your head. Your fingers and do your step. Man, I'm Rick James this and I'm Rick James that. Cabal, Rick's went upside your head. Do the dance, do the dance, do your dance. Cabal, better do your dance. Two step, baby, do your dance. Snap your hands, girl. You better do your dance. Rick James, move, do your dance. Cabal, better do your dance. Two step, baby, do your dance. Snap your hands, girl. You better do your dance. Rick James, move, do your dance. Boy, Rick James up beside your head. Rick James just went upside your head. Cabal, Rick's upside your head. Do the Rick's upside your head. Your fingers and do your step. Man, I'm Rick James this and I'm Rick James that. Cabal, Rick's went upside your head. Do the dance, do the dance, do your dance.
Welcome back, folks. It is LUCDOGG in the morning. Belly is working his ass off right now in Studio A, trying to come up with something cool for you guys. We have a new little function in the Stude. So that was Skater D with Rick James. You can YouTube it. You can find him, all of that stuff. And, of course, that's okay. Matty Potts is... Potts, I know you can hear us. We are fixing something right now, so we'll be back with you in just a second. Hang on, buddy. And I'm excited to hear about this because apparently... Oprah Winfrey went off on the Golden Globe Awards for like a 20-minute speech. Did they not play her off? Which is interesting. I mean, where's the music, right? Usually they're just like, no, get her out of there, get her out of there. I've actually done that to people. I have done that to somebody at a speech during a wedding. Like the bridesmaid is just going way, way, way too long. I will actually give them a little like, where is it? I'll just like fade it in. And I just remember that time when me and Jessica, we were friends from elementary school. And then that one time, and I'm just like, get out of there. Nothing drives me more crazy than when the speeches go long. What's going on, Belly? You doing okay?
Yeah, it's just this.
Do we want to kill it?
Every level of this. Every video of it is let in with 15 minutes of talking.
Forget it. Forget it. I need Potts. I want Potts in my life. It's Matty Potts Monday. Is he back?
He's back.
Potts, what's up, man?
Hey.
Sorry about that.
Hey, I'm here.
Okay.
So, yeah, she won the Cecil B. DeMille Award last night at the Golden Globes, 75th Annual Golden Globes. And, I mean, it was at least 20 minutes. I couldn't believe how long it was.
What? That she was just like, what was she saying?
So, I mean, she goes on to talk about Sidney Poitier. Oh, was that me?
No, you're good. Tell me about Sidney Poitier. I don't know that story. What's that?
So, my thing isn't loading now, of course, but so it just kind of like there's all sorts of, so it really just sucked to be a guy last night. I mean, that's for sure.
Wow. This reminds me so much of what happened in Chappelle.
Sidney Poitier was a African-American woman who was sexually assaulted and raped by like a group of white men down in.
Wait, no.
What?
I don't agree. I feel like I know the name Sidney Poitier, and that is not the story.
No, Sidney Poitier is the first African-American actor to win a Oscar. Is what he is.
Oh my God!
She told some other story.
You're talking about. Then she went on to talk about this girl that
Racy Taylor.
Sidney Poitier is a male actor that's been
there it is. Very nice.
She told two different stories last night.
She did. She told several stories. I'm telling you, it was a long ass speech.
But they didn't play her off. Usually they come with the little hook, and they like grab her and the music's going.
She could have talked for 2 hours, and I'm telling you, people were crying.
Yeah, it's
there were people crying in the audience.
Nobody's gonna cut up Oprah.
It was
Remember when
Racy Taylor, by the way, that I was talking about.
What was the name?
Racy Taylor.
Thank you.
Right. And so
What's the overall? Why did it suck to be a man? Like, where is this going? I still don't know what she was yelling about.
So, all right. So in 1982, Sidney Poitier won this Cecil B. DeMille Award, and which kind of made history because it was like he was African American.
Sure.
So she thanked everyone was thanking the Hollywood Foreign Press Association. I don't know why, but I guess they made the Golden Globes happen or something.
Does anybody care about the Golden Globes? Isn't that the one that all the actors make fun of? Like, who cares? I got 4 Golden Globes.
It looks excruciatingly boring. I mean, everyone that's sitting there looks bored out of their mind. But and I don't even know if I've ever watched it before. But last night I watched it all. I watched it all because, quite frankly, it was a bit of just a train wreck.
Really?
I mean, everyone. So I guess the thing, instead of Me Too, now they're saying, like, your time is up. And so everyone was like ending their speeches with "Your time is up," and it was just
Okay. This is actually a perfect segue. I wanted to talk about this because Chappelle brings it up on the intimate setting one. He does 2 stand-ups. Both of them are almost an hour. One's an hour and 3 minutes. One of them's like 49 minutes. And he says in the very beginning, he says these are going to be my last 2 Netflixes, and then I'm out for. He says it's time to make America wait a little while again. And so he's going to go away for a while, and good for him. But he made a very good point. He gets real in the intimate setting one. Like the other one is just like a comedy show. This one is like just him talking. And Belly, he literally tells women, you're doing it wrong. You're doing this wrong. Because out of fear, which you're right, he's saying you're right with what's happening, but you're doing this through fear. You're getting people to see your point through fear, and that's not going to last because as soon as they're not afraid anymore, they're going to come right back at you.
To their old way. Well,
right.
They're going to go back to their old ways, too.
And he's saying you need men on your side. You need not to have men feel like there's a witch hunt going out for anybody who's ever hit on a woman. It needs to be like, this is obvious. Let's get men on our side, too. Men are trying to get on their side. He even made the point. I'm not trying to give you the whole Chappelle stand-up, but he even made the point that Ben Affleck tried, and then they were like, what? You touched somebody back in 95. And he's like, okay, never mind. Sorry, I tried.
Right.
I'm out.
Right.
I'm out.
And not defending, all these guys, but what women need to realize is now guys are even more confused than they were before.
Dude.
Like, they have, at this point, we have no idea what's appropriate and what's not. Like, can you not hit on a girl? Can you ask out a coworker on a date? Like, I mean, that's how you used to meet people before all these dating apps was
Belly,
just at work.
Well, I think I've dated someone at almost every job I've ever worked at. So yeah,
for sure.
I'm actually pulling up something
what I think about Chappelle was hitting it on the head with this, and we're very close. We're in a transitional phase where we're at a pivot point where we need to make a decision on how much people need to keep pursuing it. Should we still cleanse house in a lot of these big industries like politics and entertainment and sports and things like that, and clean house in the sense of kind of rebranding the faces of these organizations? Yes, I think that still needs to go through a cleansing phase. There's still a lot of people out there that need to be taken out of power.
I'm looking for
that don't deserve it.
The actual clip. Do you guys watch The Office, right?
Mm-hmm.
Remember Daryl, the warehouse manager?
Yeah.
Right? There's a clip of him, and this is probably 10 minutes ago. I can't find it. But he says, remember the one where he's yelling at Andy because Andy keeps texting him, and he's texting him all these things. Potts, you watch the show at all?
Not really.
So basically, Daryl's getting mad at his nerdy friend who is texting him over every little thing. Oh, my God, did you see this? And they're in the same meeting. He's like, I'm in the same room as you. That's not text worthy. What are you doing? You know what I mean? And so he's like going off on this one-off with the camera, Daryl is, and he's saying, I remember when texts used to be only from that special somebody, and it was 3 letters, BTB, bring that booty. He's talking about texting for a booty call. I don't know if that behavior is appropriate anymore. I tried to do that the other day. I went to do that with somebody. BTB, baby, just as a joke. And I figured, wait a minute, that could end up in the news.
I mean, I've never even heard that.
Basically, like, is it okay to hit on girls? Is it okay to hit on women?
Right.
I don't know anymore. Even women I feel comfortable with that I know are my friends and would take that as a joke. Part of me is saying maybe they wouldn't take that as a joke, and I guess that's a good thing.
Maybe just not right now.
Yeah,
it's just a bad time right now. You know what I'm saying? People are ultra sensitive. So,
but I feel like a lot of women are like, well, I'm gonna say, well, yeah, men are scared, and a lot of women are like, good, they should be. We've been scared our whole lives.
And
Dave
Chappelle.
That's what say. The problem with this discussion is you'll never win it. Like you can't say saying, oh, you're winning by fear, blah blah. You're absolutely right. A lot of people are gonna be like, well, now it's our turn. You know,
Right.
So Dave Chappelle kind of alluded to this in his stand-up as well, in the second stand-up where he was way more serious. And he said one time when he was 19 years old, received $25,000 in cash. And he had it in his backpack, and he has to walk home through Brooklyn. And he's like, if anyone knew how much money I had in my backpack right now, they'd kill me for it. And he says, and that's how women feel all the time.
He said, imagine if, I had a pussy.
Like,
and men everywhere I went, men wanted that, just like 25 grand. He was like, that was the most terrified I'd ever been. And then I realized that's probably how women feel all the time.
And that's not where we want their mindset. We want them to feel safe when they're going places.
It's a pretty good.
It's a really good
analogy right there.
Yeah.
It's a good way to put it in perspective for sure. A great way.
I mean, because I actually thought about it, and so I saw that stand up. Then Levitard actually talked about that comment, very nicely done, Belly, on his radio show. The next day I go to the gym, and it's New Year's resolution season. So again, I go to the gym, and there's not one elliptical open. Unbelievable. So finally, I'm on this this bullshit one that I don't ever use. I don't even know how to use it. I'm just faking it until somebody leaves the elliptical. And this girl on the end leaves. I'm over there. I'm stalking this thing. So I'm like, I'm here. Don't even worry about it. I'll clean it for you. Don't even worry about it. I got it. I'm on the very end. And next to me on my left is the hallway, like where people will use to get to different machines in the bathroom. It's a very trafficy area. And the next elliptical over, if I'm at the first one, the second one is a beautiful woman. Brunette, slam body, solid. This girl's smoking hot.
Do you have a problem with forcing yourself to not stare? I will.
Well, I'm so glad you asked that. I'm so glad you asked that. And I want to say this to all of you out there who are listening. This happened to me, and I immediately thought of the Dave Chappelle story because every single person that walked by us, every man, I thought for a second they were looking at me. I kept getting that feeling, what? And nope, I was just catching their glaze as they were just trying to sneak a peek at her. And I just realized, Jesus Christ, this woman just wants to go to the gym.
Adam's feeling the rays from your stairs.
Dude, at every single second, some man is trying to sneak a peek at her.
Yeah.
But what was she wearing, just out of curiosity?
She wasn't wearing anything provocative. She looked good. That's not her fault. She's hot. She was in gym clothes.
No, but sometimes girls wear sports bras.
Not at all. Not at all. Full shirt, full t-shirt.
T-shirt?
No, you're right. Full t-shirt, yoga pants, but okay, whatever. But full, no skin showing.
Right.
And I
she wasn't going down the runway. She was just trying to work out.
She's just trying to get 30 minutes on the elliptical, man. And I just felt bad because honestly, I started feeling like a piece of meat next to her just seeing how many people were staring at her. And I'm like, wow, this is what Chappelle was talking about. And I never realized that. I never realized what it must be like. I always had the thought well, yeah, wouldn't it be nice if the other sex always wanted to sleep with me? That'd be sweet. The struggle is real over here for the LUCDOGG. I mean, I went 3 years without having sex once. 3 years.
Jeez.
So I'm sitting here going, man, it'd be great to be a woman. I could just pretty much get it whenever I wanted to. But there's a whole other side of it that you don't realize, that it must be really tough just going through your daily life feeling like a piece of meat.
Yeah.
I get that.
What's going through your mind when you're about to have sex for the first time in 3 years? I think I might that would almost be intimidating at that point. Where you
I was a little drunk, and it only lasted for about 3 seconds, so I didn't have much time to think.
Lucky lady.
Lucky ladies.
Hey, man, there's no complaining after that. That's 3 years. What do you want from me?
I mean, so going back
basically
to
like a virgin again.
I was.
Our original Golden Globes, people are now urging Oprah Winfrey to run for president in 2020.
She's seriously considering it.
Well, if Trump could win, then why can't she? I mean, Trump's a public figure. I can't.
For sure, she would win.
If Stephen Colbert went,
She'd win.
do you remember back in the election days when Stephen Colbert was doing his show? He put in the super PAC, and then he got
South
written in
Carolina.
South Carolina. I guarantee if he ran in 2 years, 3 years, whatever, he'll win. I guarantee he'd win.
You could probably run most of the late night people or anything like that.
Except for Fallon.
Except for Fallon, no, he'd win too.
No, this just isn't
He's
Fallon's
Justin
world.
Timberlake.
Fallon is me. This is like Fallon's like the fun-loving. Let's go have like songs with kindergartners. He doesn't want to touch politics with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah, he doesn't.
No, he does. Well, then it's already being done, so
Yeah.
it's just not.
But I mean, Kimmel is basically Jon Stewart now. You know, Kimmel is like, he's killing it on the political side of things. Same with Colbert.
No, Stephen Colbert, yeah,
Killing it.
That made that he wasn't even doing that well, and then he started talking about politics, and now he's kind of cornered that market. I feel
because
like
basically anybody who is missing him on his show, it's like this is a way to get all those people back. This basically feels like the Colbert Report.
Yeah.
Back.
So with that, I mean, it just like I was saying, it kind of sucked to be a guy last night at the Golden Globes.
Yeah, why?
And I mean, like, well, because like for Best Director, like Natalie Portman, while she was presenting the award, says, you know, like, too bad there's no girls. Like maybe next year we can have girls. And so she says that. Then she reads the guys' names, and I got to be honest, I don't really care what anyone says. I thought it was extremely inappropriate. Like you've got guys that have worked their entire lives to get to this night. It's their special night, and now you're going to start like using it as a political statement. Like it's not these guys' fault that they got nominated. They're not voting.
Talk
Not-
to the
not-
people
So
that vote.
they're just trying to enjoy their night, and you have to like stigmatize it. It's like, dude, are you like? There's a time and a place, and of course, like Oprah Winfrey speech, sure, say it. I mean, say whatever you want, but like when you're presenting an award, shut the hell up.
Was it a
The only
specific
people that
award?
can talk about it are the people giving the acceptance speech. If they want to say something, great. But who the hell are you to like sit and use a presenting time slot to make some not political, but like political rant or sexism rant when it's like, dude, let these guys have their 10 minutes of fame. Like I just thought it was extremely inappropriate. Like, shut up. That's what Twitter's for. Like, shut the hell up.
Were they pressured? I mean, like, did the person that won the Best Director award come up and be like, I agree. We need more women up here.
Yeah, they did, but it's like, of course, now you have to.
Yeah,
That's
that
what I'm
sucks.
saying.
This guy worked
They
his
have
ass
to.
off
now
to get.
Their acceptance speech has to turn it into, oh, I'm sorry for being a guy.
I'm
as
sorry
opposed to
I
just
won.
enjoying
It's a
it.
shame that
Yeah.
there weren't more women
100%
available
nominated.
as nominate.
serious?
Wow, that
Like I would be so pissed. And literally, they say this comment, then they go like they say the list of guys' names, and they pan on each guy individually as they say their names, and they're sitting there, and the guy's just sitting there like they can't even smile. Like they're just like, oh hey.
I
Sorry,
want to make a
suck.
point that I think is going to maybe upset some people, but I firmly believe that the reason that Trump got elected is because for 8 years there was a very large group of people that was feeling unheard. Whether you agree with their points or not, for 8 years it was, what? You don't believe in gay marriage? Well, then you're a bigot. And it was like, whoa. There's a lot of people that were kind of, you don't want Obamacare? Then you're an asshole. And it was like, whoa.
Right.
There's a lot of people who were quiet about it and said, okay.
Right.
Okay.
I
You want to be like
agree
that?
with you.
Okay.
Weird.
It's been a nice
like
8
that
years, and then
happens
all of a
every
sudden,
8 years.
well, but then all of a sudden, it's time for elections, and then people come out of the woodwork, and Trump wins, and they say, you want to do that? Okay, well, I'm going to answer in the booth. And what I want to make a comparison to is be careful. And this is not my thought. This is Chappelle's thought. I just agree with him. Be careful, because this feels a lot like the Obama years, and then like you got like a whole group of like scared, powerful men,
right?
Who, as soon
That
as they
aren't
have a
saying
chance
anything.
they're going, okay, we'll wait, and if we don't do this right, there's going to be an opportunity down the road for them to just completely take back over again, and I don't want to see that.
You're absolutely right. I mean, like, and I mean, like, you know, Harvey Weinstein's a perfect example. There's very powerful people doing very devious things, and if they think it's just going to go away because of a few speeches or because, you know, of a few Twitter rants, no, I mean, I agree with you. We should be very scared about what the backlash could be if it's not handled properly. And I mean, I don't know the right way to handle it. I'm not, you know, I don't have all the answers, but I can say I don't know if this is the right way.
I would say this is a conversation I wish we had Hot Mess Kim here for.
God, that's true. Can we call her? Call her. Let's call her.
I guess we can call her.
Let's do that.
Oh, now we're getting somewhere.
We'll call Hot Kim. We'll call Hot Mess Kim. And then we'll get here. I'll call her. We'll get her in over the break. Can you get some tunes on?
Yeah.
And then I'll get you guys out of here. Let's do that. We'll get Hot Mess Kim in here for her thoughts on this. And then we'll close it off with a little Would You Rather. Does that sound good?
Sounds good.
Sounds fan-frickin-tastic, Luch.
Beautiful. Where's my tunes? What's happening? There we go. All right.
Belly.
It's Monday, man.
Belly's got a lot he's doing a lot over there, so I appreciate it. He's doing a great job as always. Remember, you can check him out on soapboxsports.com for all your sports needs. He and Guru Jack will take care of you guys. There's a whole big story on the Mavs coach Rick Carlisle blasting ESPN, is it?
Yeah, blasting ESPN for LeVar Ball.
I got to be honest. I'm kind of curious as to what's going on with this whole Tom Brady, Bill Belichick thing. I hear there's like new stuff happening.
Lies and slander is what it is.
Good thing we've still got one more week to do a sports show, baby.
ESPN not doing their jabs.
We'll do, let's get Hot Mess Kim on the line when we get back, and then we'll end with a little bit of fun and Would You Rather. It's all right here on LUCDOGG in the morning.
At litmradio.com.
Marinate Restaurant puts a unique twist on fast casual dining by starting with only the freshest ingredients to slow-cook delicious melodies of tastes and colors that are sure to delight your senses. Whether you're craving the Chipotle pulled pork sliders, honey basil chicken tacos, or the infamous kitchen sink wrap, Marinate has something for everybody with tons of vegetarian options too. It's the perfect choice of catering for your offices or events with fast and friendly service from a brand new store on Melrose and Western. Stop by today, or you can order online at marinateyourlife.com. And don't forget $1 tacos for Taco Tuesdays. Tacos, wraps, sliders, and sides. Slow cooked to perfection at Marinate Restaurant. marinateyourlife.com.
Welcome back, folks. It is LUCDOGG in the morning, segment 3 with Maddie Potts and Belly Matt LaBelle behind the scenes making all this stuff work. And I am excited to get back on the show. Quite frankly, it's been way too long. Hot Mess Kim, what's up, girl?
Do you have her?
Do I have her? Kim.
You got the right thing up? You got the right thing
Oh, that's my bad. There she is. Hot Mess Kim, where are you?
Am I here?
Yeah, there she is. Okay, so we need
you got me.
There we go. Now Potts won't be able to hear you, but he can hear you. You can't hear him. But we want to get your perspective.
That's like the perfect situation, right?
That's perfect. He's cracking up. That's great. So what I'd like to get is your input on basically. Have you seen that, Kim? Have you seen any of the Chappelle stand-ups yet?
I have, actually, yeah.
So it's basically we're talking about how Chappelle said in the intimate one where it's really tough for guys. All men are scared right now, and he's actually telling women, you're going about it wrong even though you're right, because if you're doing this through fear, it's not going to last. Do you have any comments on that? Do you think he's right? Is he wrong? Is he crazy?
Well, I've been saying for a long time that I think this is all going to backfire on us in a really vicious kind of way.
What do you mean?
well, women are going to be hired less. They're going to be hired not necessarily in positions of power. We're not going to be allowed to go on necessary business trips. It's really going to be, in my opinion, if we continue going down this route, I could see a type of segregation between men and women in the workforce.
So you agree that men, I mean, I can tell you right now, men are freaking out. Even if they didn't, I was saying earlier on the show that I don't even know how to jokingly hit on a girl without actually feeling bad. Am I invading her privacy? Like my head's all screwed up now, Kim.
Right. I mean, like, the climate out there right now is pretty screwy. Nobody kind of knows how to navigate the waters anymore. But, you know, you guys know me. Like, I'm a tough chick. There's some stories that have been out there that I've heard or I've read, and I've been like, that woman just needs to chill the F out. Like, grow a pair for
so glad.
just 1 minute.
I'm so glad.
Like,
I know, it's
some
funny,
of these
Dave
women
said
are
that.
complaining, like, oh, he touched me on my shoulder. I'm like, get over it.
Well, how funny is it when
Jesus.
Chappelle was saying basically, if that was an obstacle to your career path, then you're pretty brittle yourself.
No, and I kind of feel that way, that, like, if you want a certain job and you understand, like, the type of men that are in that work environment, I think just me as a person, I could tolerate that. Like, you know, like I said, I'm kind of aggressive on my own. I get along better with guys than I do with girls, which I guess you guys have talked before that's kind of a red flag. Girls just don't get along with girls. But for me, like, a lot, like, even, and you know, the Louis C.K. stuff upset me because I love him and I forgive him. But that, as a woman, that upsets me.
But that's, Kim, that's what he was talking about, just for the listeners. That's what he was saying people were too brittle about. Like, he masturbated while I was on the phone. It's like, you don't know how to hang up?
Yeah. Like, he didn't touch me. He didn't assault anybody. He was just kind of a freak about it. But, you know,
Kim,
I mean, I also think if I'm uncomfortable, I'm just going to walk out of any situation. But also, if I want to elevate myself, I would probably be willing to do several things to get that done.
Hot Mess Kim used to be on the show regularly. We're going to try to get her back in here more because obviously she knows what she's doing with the microphone.
The Howard couch is what we need.
Yes, we do. I'm going to get you out of here on this. I know you're working and you're very busy. It's great to hear from you. If you are in a relationship and your guy is not up to par in the bedroom, do you have a problem giving him a book on how to do it better?
I would say.
Did we lose her? Kim?
What? Wait, what was the question?
If you're in a relationship and your guy isn't doing it right in the bedroom, do you have the confidence to give him pointers or even point him to a book of how to do it better? Or would you just ride the train and feel bad about it in your head?
Kim ain't riding that
I don't
train.
know if I would give him a book, but I would certainly talk to him about it.
Listen,
my
you're gonna
ex-girlfriend
have to step
gave
up.
me a book, Kim, and so that's kind of how this kind of came up.
Your ex-girlfriend gave you a book about how to have sex better?
Yeah, but it worked. Hot mess,
Did
Kim. I love you, girl. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. We'll see you soon, okay?
All right, bye.
Bye, girl. She's the best. She's the best. And there you go. That's from a female perspective. Potts, you're back. I'm sorry, brother.
Can I just say, like, she gave some super insightful information. I mean, think about what she was saying. Their females might actually not even go on a business trip now, because if you're a boss and you need to bring whatever your analyst with you to a business meeting out of town, there is zero chance this guy is going to bring a female now.
No
I mean,
way.
You're
gonna add
an interesting. You know, what an interesting perspective from
I had never thought about it.
I didn't even really think about that. There's going to be like this reverse segregation because you're just scared that you don't want to put yourself in a situation. I mean, that's a really interesting point.
Because it's a double-edged sword, too. Like, you know, I can see a lot of CEOs or whatever, powerful men, just bringing that PYT from the office. And, you know, if that's the case, fine. You got a woman who's getting an opportunity, but she's not getting it the right way. Now you're going to get a man who's completely afraid of that situation. And on the other side of it, a woman's not going to get to go on that opportunity. So, like, there's a whole dichotomy there. I mean, dude, I could do this for days.
So
I don't want to, but I could do this for days.
I think it's the end game goal is we achieve a level where there is a mutual respect between people, and they just have to between a man and a woman, obviously there should just be no expectations anymore. There's no expectations of things going one way or the other. keep yourselves professional.
Would you rather play every instrument or speak every language?
Play every instrument.
Potts?
Play every instrument.
Really? You don't want to be bilingual?
I'd rather know how to play the piano and the guitar and get in a chick's pants. That was that.
Let me tell you, I play both. It doesn't help. Would you rather have a
I'm going to change my answer bilingual because I can speak Italian to her. That'll definitely get in her pants for sure. So real quick, I just have a question because this happened to me. Have you guys ever waited so long to do laundry? I'm sure you have, that you ran out of underwear.
I think we've all reworn.
No.
Oh,
don't do that.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. Have we not?
I don't.
I mean, I didn't wear underwear because I was out. I didn't re-wear it.
Is it better to go commando or to re-wear?
So what I have.
I mean, I guess that's the question.
You're going out with your buddy, and you're going to be in the same car. You're going on a 2-hour car ride. Would you rather him be commando or re-wearing?
I would rather be just. I don't
That's
know
tough.
what the re-wearing is. Like, do you mean you took
he
it
wore
off
it
and then
yesterday.
and then you put it back on?
Yeah.
No. See, I have a system. Like, if I have like two pairs of like straight boxers because I wear boxer briefs.
Okay.
If I get to the boxers, it's like emergency red flag.
That's your
zone.
flag
Like,
to
That's a
get
great
on.
system.
Wow.
Get
Great
on.
system.
I'm like, well, I have underwear, but it's not comfortable. I don't want to be wearing this. Let's do laundry ASAP. And then every pair of underwear I've got goes in that first load.
We're just dropping knowledge all day
great
today.
strategy.
Yeah, look at us. Insight.
I mean, so I just free ball and yeah, I mean, I only had to do it for one day.
I worry about the
do
zipper
laundry.
catch, Potts. I'm sorry to cut you off. That's my fault. I'm
There's
being
no-
awful at cutting people off today. I'm really
There's no
sorry.
zipper on the basketball shorts.
You're gonna go commando in basketball shorts? That leaves nothing to the imagination.
I went to the gym. Yep, I went to the gym in basketball shorts, going commando. Then I came home, took a shower, and
that's poor form. No, you're sweating all ball sweat onto that thing.
It's gonna
Yeah, I
get
mean,
there
I
anyway.
agree, but oh well. Like I didn't
Oh.
have undies, and I wasn't gonna
I've
rewear.
balled in
I
these
mean, that's
shorts
like
enough
that's
times.
like eating the end of a banana. I mean, only a psycho would rewear or eat the end. I mean, that's.
I mean, I'm not saying I do it on the reg, but like if it's laundry day, I only got one pair left. I'd rather rewear than go commando. That's just me, though. That's just me.
Have you showered in between?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, I
Wait,
still do
no,
it.
why aren't you showering either?
I'm just. I don't want to go ahead and do that on air. Let's.
You're not showering. You're re-wearing underwear.
No,
that's why you're not getting
everyone
laid.
settle down. I'm saying I don't want to do that on air because I know what's going to happen. I'm going to get crushed. I'm just saying you all might sing a different. Okay.
You don't have to shower every day.
Would you rather have a hamster-sized elephant or an elephant-sized hamster?
Hamster-sized elephant. Why the heck
Yeah,
would I want it? That elephant-sized hamster's terrifying.
That is
Get it
a
outta here.
monster.
Yeah. Why would you want
Probably
an
trying to eat me.
elephant-sized hamster?
Oh.
These suck. Would you rather be a
Yeah, these
superhero?
questions suck.
Yeah.
The two PC.
Superhero or villain? Which would you rather
Villain.
be? Stupid.
I'd rather be a superhero.
I disagree. I think you'd rather be the villain.
Well, I mean, on the show, I'd rather be the villain. So it's easy mark
It's
for you
easy
guys.
pickings. Easy pick. Oh my God, we gotta get out of here. Is there anything you guys have left for the people? Because I got like 4 minutes.
4 minutes is a long time in radio world.
Nah, come on, man. We were like, dude, okay, full disclosure. Today was like, I've thrown up and we lost you, buddy. I'm sorry.
There we are.
There you are. So, big and out around it, and somebody made a BMX bike jump track in the woods 20 feet from our door. And I found it yesterday. And that's why I'm sick, because I literally was out in 15-degree weather, like working up a sweat, having so much fun, catching air on these jumps and all kinds of stuff. But we've got the One Wheel podcast coming out tomorrow, and One Wheel just came out with an announcement. They just announced a new board. So if anybody has been wondering about all this stuff, and I've kind of tickled your interest with this, the One Wheel Plus is you get about 5 to 6 miles riding on, depending on what you ride on. If you ride on grass, it kills your battery. But you get about 6 miles of pavement riding for every charge, and it takes about half an hour to charge it back up. The One Wheel Plus XR comes out. Well, they just announced it. It's going to have 12 to 18 miles of range and more power, so you can go a little bit faster. So, really excited. I got people in the groups that are actually tagging me and saying, hey, Adam Carlucci, a lot to talk about. Can't wait for the podcast tomorrow. So I'm very excited to do that. And we'll do that right on TTR Studios from YouTube.
So at what point are you going to upgrade your board?
Oh, I'll get a second one the moment I can. I've been waiting to get a second one. I didn't want to buy, for an example. You're not going to buy an iPhone 9 when they're about to release an iPhone 10. That would make no sense, right? So
how many versions of the board are there?
There's the regular, the original one, the V1 is what they kind of call it, the version. It's just the one wheel. And then the One Wheel Plus came out, and that's been out for about over a year now, and that's what I have. And so they just have the Plus XR extended range, and so I'm really excited to have a second board because now you know what that means. You know what that means.
It means I'm
you
going
two
to be
can
riding.
board together.
Belly is locked in, baby. I'm getting him.
Boyfriend.
Guilty by association, I guess.
But the beauty thing is you can ride around for a full charge, come back, and then instead of waiting to charge it up, you just get on your second board and go, baby. Ooh, I'm riding all day.
Can't you just buy a second battery that's already charged?
No, so they don't have swappable batteries. That's the only thing because the battery compartment is underneath the foot sensor. So you can't do swappable batteries, but they totally fixed the range, and I'm excited to get into all that tomorrow. Holy hell, we gotta go, folks. Let's do it. Belly, take me out of here.
Take me home tonight. What?
Oh!
All right, got it.
Beautiful. Matty Potts, it's been super fun, my friend. What do you got left for the people?
Hey, real quick, what's that book that you have in your studio?
I was just trying to class it up in here a little bit. It's
what
about, is it Johnny Bench or is it?
It's The Machine by Joe Posnack.
Oh, it's Pete Rose.
Posnasky.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
Nasty,
Okay, great. Yeah, that's all I got. Thanks for
all about
tuning
Pete
in.
Rose.
Have a great day. You can finally. Oh, I can say go fuck yourself again? All
Yes,
right,
you
everyone,
can.
Go fuck yourself. Great Monday show.
Yeah.
Eat a dick.
Matty Potts.
Bye.
There he goes, folks. Belly, what do you have left for the folks?
It was a great Monday. Hope you all enjoy it and enjoy the national championship tonight. If you're not listening live, always you can check us out on our YouTube channel at TTR Studios, or you can check us out at litmradio.com anytime to listen back to our episodes.
It's all right there for you. We do it all here, and we do it all for free, just so you can have something to listen to, watch, wake up with, hang out with. We love doing it, and we appreciate your participation more than anything. We don't want your money. We just want your attention. So tune in every Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
And tomorrow at the One Wheel Podcast.
That's true. 11 a.m. right on our channel. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out. For Belly, Matt LaBelle, and Matty Potts, it is LUCDOGG in the morning.
At ttrstudios.com.
No.
I mean, litmradio.com. Just kidding.